Let's talk about body shaming. The other day, I read an article about an author that recently came under fire for being particularly racist and who I didn't know was also deeply fatphobic. I read in this article about something that she said that really hurt when I thought about it. She said that overweight women live a half lived life. She said that and many other things that I won't even repeat, but that one sentence gave me a lot of food for thought and not in the way I'm sure that she intended. That sentence actually felt accurate. And you know why? Not because of the things that she was implying, no, but because overweight women, specifically speaking about women, but it also applies to men, live some experiences halfway or don't dare to go and experience some things in life because of women like her, because of body shamers like her. Not because we have less capacity. Our kilograms and our excess weight don't mean that we live life any less intensity and that we do less, because there are so many examples of the opposite. We can live a fulfilling, beautiful, amazing life. But the one thing that holds us back many, many, many times is women like her that think that it's okay to shame people for our size. And she's not the only one that thinks that way. I wish she was. But the truth is that there have always been body shamers. And it doesn't even have to do with the weight, because body shamers are there to shame us for being too thin, for being too dark, or for having circles around our eyes the way I do, or for having um, whatever different skin circumstances that we may experience, like rosacea or vitiligo, or whatever we are going through, or whatever characteristic our skin has. Um, they they shame us for having too much of this or too little of the other. All of my life, I've been shamed for things that eventually became my biggest assets, things that I really love about myself. But I was shamed for them for a long time. I was shamed for my dark circles around my eyes, and that's something that I really love because it's like wearing natural makeup. I was shamed for my hair, which is something that I really love. But I was shamed because I had a big hair, which is ridiculous. I was shamed for having big hips or big legs, which nowadays women even inject things in order to try to have an ass like the one that I naturally have. I was shamed for, uh, yeah, that was the big one. Like those were the big ones. I was shamed for being Mexican. I remember, and that enters in the area of racism, but body shaming is deeply connected to racism, because the things that we criticize or that we hear people criticizing in women of color are things that are celebrated in white women. And I'm gonna repeat that. The things that are criticized in women of color are things that are celebrated in white women. When white women have a big ass, or when they have big legs, or big hair, or deep eyes, they are celebrated. They are not criticized. When they have thin lips, they are celebrated. They are not criticized. When they have whatever, more curves or bigger chest or whatever, they are celebrated. They are not criticized. So, and that's okay. It looks beautiful in them as well. I'm not saying that we should criticize them. I am saying that we should celebrate women of color just as much as we celebrate white women. And with this, I am not saying that white women don't go through body shaming, because they do as well. They are also victims of body shaming, of course. They are also victims of diet culture and victims of a patriarchal system that motivates them to try to always look a certain way in order to be wanted and desirable. Yeah, we all suffer body shaming. But I think that the big lesson that I had as I grew older was that our bodies are just perfect as they are in this very moment. Whatever we are experiencing right now in our bodies, it's a cause of celebration because we are alive, capable of moving through life, some more than others, because some people actually have issues moving through lives. But whatever circumstance we're going through, that it's already a cause of celebration because our bodies are alive. And as long as they are alive, we can live a fully complete lived life. We don't have to settle for less. We don't have to wait until we are a certain weight, a certain shape, a certain anything in order to start living. The things that are shaping us right now are valuable enough, and we don't need to have the validation of anybody, because this is the trick. In a diet culture, death culture, and body shaming culture, like the one we're living in, this patriarchal culture we're living in, there's never enough. You will never be thin enough. You will never be fit enough. You will never be young enough. You will never be pretty enough. There's never enough, even when it is more than enough in reality. But this culture teaches us that it's not. And so you see women that are the model, or the image, the living image of fitness and strength and beauty, and they are thinking, oh my gosh, if I miss my body of 10 years ago, and I see them in their perfectly worked out beauties, and I say, gosh, you are so in your game. You're so powerful and beautiful in your own way. Why would you be craving to look any different than what you look like right now? And I think that the answer is simple, because for this culture, it's never enough. Because we have been raised to believe that it's okay to always want something different, something else. Things as silly as curly hair girls wanting straight hair, or straight hair girls wanting curly hair. That's like the most simplistic yet the most common example of how we are always craving for a different kind of body. And then I see women that actually have had a hard time with their bodies, where their lives have been a struggle, where just being able to move every day is a struggle. Um, Women that have no control over their bodies, that cannot walk, that cannot take a spoon and eat by themselves. I know powerful and amazing, beautiful women like that. And that makes me wonder how ungrateful we are that we constantly have to diminish the one gift we have, that it's our life, the capacity to do with it what we need to do in order to feel complete, to feel alive, to move through life. And yet we don't value it because we are expecting to be fuckable enough, desirable enough, beautiful enough. And that is a game where nobody wins. Even women that are the beacons of beauty, like Marilyn Monroe, didn't win in that game. She was suffering so much because she was used and lonely. And if had she aged enough, you would have seen how that would have just translated into more suffering. Because, beautiful women shouldn't, in quotations, of course, shouldn't age, right? That is the other thing. Ageism, the fear of being older. So, when it comes to body image, we never win. In this culture, we never win. We have to go against an impossible standard that is ever changing, against age, and against even our cultures and our race. And the truth is that that is a game that consumes time and energy that we should be using in something else. We should be using that time and energy to make a difference in the world, to make a better world, to live with pleasure, to be alive in our body just the way it is, and to enjoy the very gift of being here and now. I have gone through a lot of body shaming, not just by women, but by, at some point, my husband, and at some point, other men and even practitioners. There was this hypnotherapist that dared body shame me while I was hypnotized by her. Imagine. So I am not saying this lightly. I am saying this as somebody that has overcome a lot of fucking body shaming. And what I can tell you is the reason why we hold back from living a full lived life is not our fucking weight, but it's people that take the time to shame us. How is it that these people lose their grip on us and that we can live freely and fully the life that we desire? Well, normalizing nudity, normalizing seeing different bodies and enjoying their beauty. Start getting your feed, your Instagram feed, your YouTube videos, your Facebook, with beautiful people from different ages, different races, different body types. Start looking at the beautiful variety that our garden called humanity has. Start looking at the beauty in different kind of people. That is one big step. Never was I more free of living the pleasure in my body as when I was naked in the jungle with 40 women, all of them who were different ages, different sizes, different races, and all of them were incredibly beautiful. And it was then in that moment that I stopped feeling shitty about my own body. I felt so gorgeous because I was alive in my body, experiencing the pleasure that my body was offering me. So, normalizing nudity, dare to be nude in your house, dare to walk around naked, take pictures of yourself naked, enjoy your nudity, even if it is just as an exploration. Walk around naked and see how it feels. And it's also important because sometimes our clothes make us feel shittier. There are clothes that are not designed for different kinds of bodies, so they make us feel shittier. So walk around naked in your house, enjoy your nakedness, see different beautiful bodies, be surrounded by the different kinds of beauties, and self-pleasure. Once you realize the capacity for pleasure that your body can give you will no longer be craving to look one way or the other because you will see that your body can give you pleasure just as it is right now. And there is a fourth one: move. Our bodies are made to move. Move, dance, swim, walk, just move. Rejoice in the movement of your body. Take moments to dance, to shake, to do something for the pleasure of it, to do a sport or an artistic expression, or just to walk for the pleasure of it, not to lose weight. Move for the pleasure of feeling alive in your body. So, normalizing nakedness, seeing different kinds of beautiful bodies, self-pleasuring, and moving. Those are the four things that I really recommend that you start doing because they have helped me to actually create a different, deeper, healthier connection to your body. I have been in a space of deep criticism where I have been deeply criticized. And I know how disempowering that is. And precisely because of that, I know how healing these four steps that I'm giving you are. Let me know in the comments or via a message or an email how you feel about these four steps, if you have ever been body shame, and if these steps sound doable for you. You don't need to do the four of them at the same time. Start with the most simple one. Start by Googling plus size models. Start by Googling uh, older than 60 models. There are some beautiful models that are older than 60. You would just be amazed. Start with a little bit and then go for a little bit more by maybe removing so many models and people that make you feel bad about yourself, by maybe removing the people that you compare yourself against, and look for the things that feel the best for you, that feel healthier for you. Because you know what? Life is brief. Life is so brief. It goes out in closing. Oh my gosh, I forgot the phrase. Like when you close your eyes. So, en un parpadeo, así lo diría en español. That's how I would say it in Spanish. In a wink of an eye. That's the phrase. Life is over in a wink of an eye. When you are 90 years old, you will regret not having loved your beautiful younger version of yourself. When you are 90 years old, the opinions of uh, I don't know whoever their name. I don't want to mention the name of this writer, but the opinions of this white successful writer are not even going to cross your mind. When you're 90 years old, the opinions of the people in your high school are not even going to cross your mind. You won't even remember the names of those kids. But do you know the things that you will remember? How much you dare to love yourself and to live and to enjoy your body and to live the experience you want to live when you were able to. Hoping that you enjoy this little conversation, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.